Welcome to Happy Trails Hiking and the next episode in our Rockies road trip adventure. On this trip, we take you up to the top of Pike's Peak. Good morning. We are headed up to Pike's Peak this morning, and our goal is to get there before the crowds. We didn't get a super early start, but hopefully we're beating most everybody. I don't know. We'll see. It's about 9:15 now, so we're gonna try to head up the mountain and not get in a big traffic jam. We've already got some beautiful views to show you, though. All right, we cleared the gates. It was $15 per adult. Under 5 is free. I didn't ask.
Oh, did you turn the air off?
Yes, I turned the air off.
Okay, great. I was going to, and then realized it was off.
They told us that we shouldn't use our air conditioning, or that we're not allowed to use our air conditioning on the way up because it pulls so much.
I'm sure it would be okay, but whatever. It's a beautiful day.
It's a gorgeous day. We've got all the windows down on the truck, and we're gonna quit showing you us and show you the awesome.
No, actually, I'm not gonna roll the back ones down.
Oh, well, fine.
We have 3 down.
3 down. The back one goes all the way down. Anyway, we're gonna quit showing you us and show you the views here because
That's much better.
We don't get this every day. Hey, look out Matt's window because it's much prettier.
Enjoy the view. I can't see it.
This is mile marker 6, and we stopped at the Crystal Reservoir gift shop. And we're gonna show you some views from there too. Okay, we are in a national forest, so I did get my national park passes. You should be very excited. Pretty cool. Because I hear these. Stopping in at the visitor center is definitely worth the view. It's curvy and hilly. So you've been downshifting a lot, Matt? Or
well, I'm doing 2 things. It's a pickup, and I've got tow haul mode, so I'm using it. And I'm not towing a trailer, but it changes the shift algorithm in the transmission such that it's it's geared towards pulling a heavier load. The other thing that I'm doing is I've used my gear shift selector. I'm no longer in fully automatic. So at this point, I'm only using the first 2 gears. Just because it's so incredibly steep. When it hits 3rd, the RPMs are so low, it's not quite in the power band. It is a torquey engine, but it's just, I think it's going to be a little easier on everything if it doesn't get into 3rd. And the other thing that I'm doing is I'm checking my temperature gauge a lot. I really think it's going to be fine. They told us not to use the air, which I think I'd be okay with the air on, but still, I want to keep an eye on the temperature gauge and make sure we're not overheating. And if it does start getting up a little too warm, then we'll just pull over and idle for a while and let the engine cool itself off. But so far, no worries whatsoever.
Pardon our construction at the top. They're building a new summit house. The construction has taken up over half of our parking, and that's why we had to start the shuttle. That and the Cob Railway people probably are driving up, so that makes more people too. Yeah. 14,115 feet.
It's amazing how high it really is.
Yes. There are 96 peaks in the United States, over 14,000 feet. 53 of those are in Colorado.
Here's your view. Did just meet some hikers that took 5 hours to hike up from the bottom. So what you see before you is the Cob Railway, which they're doing construction on right now. So it's not in use. So we can walk over here. Even crossing the tracks.
Well, we're out of view, so it's time for a donut.
Donut. So we hear that the summit has the world famous donuts, and it's the only recipe made at this altitude. So we're gonna get a donut. Got my donut. Matt says it's like a crispy cake donut.
Light crispy cake donut.
A light crispy cake donut. Do you like it, Matt? I like it. It's a donut.
It's the best donut I've had all day.
Me too. After our donuts, we can tell that a storm was rolling in, so we headed back down to our truck. We're headed back down. I think we just beat the big rainstorm. Possibly. We may get stuck in it yet. Would you like to talk about the driving for going down Pike's Peak?
Well, going down Pike's Peak, actually going down any hill of noteworthy proportion, you want to use a combination of engine braking and actual braking with your brakes to control the speed. Now in this case, we got specific instructions when we paid our fee. The folks at the gate said to turn off your air conditioner on the way up and use first gear on the way down. And I have basically followed that guidance. I've had it in first gear the vast majority of the way down, and I've used my brakes very sparingly, which was pretty obvious when we went through the mandatory brake checkpoint. This hill is so steep that they have a stop where there's a gentleman there with a thermometer to check your brakes, and if you're too hot, he's going to tell you to pull over. So we were, of course, fine because I wasn't hardly touching them. So there you have it. Use your engine to brake and add additional braking when necessary when you're coming down a mountain.
This city park just outside Colorado Springs, called Pike's Peak, was a great way to spend a day, and the donuts weren't too bad either. Thanks for joining us on this trip. Till next time, this is Kay and Matt from Happy Trails Hiking. Thanks for watching.